Meredith, the girls are still on your ass, and it's not looking like it's stopping anytime soon. Let's break it all down in today's recap.
But I'll be on it always, always and ever.
Hey queen, welcome back to my queen cave. My name is Shelby, queen of the queen cave, and in here I drop recaps and reviews of my favorite TV shows and movies, commentary on any topics I find interesting, and deep dives into black history, black culture, and icons that help shape that culture. If that is your vibe, hit the subscribe, you already know the deal. Today we are recapping The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 6, episode 12, First Amendment Rights and Wrongs. So the scene starts out with Bronwyn. She's picking up Todd from the airport, and she's in her sloth crazy costume, and I love when she gets dressed up in those because it just shows how unapologetically herself she is and how much she does not care about how crazy she looks. She just wants to have fun, so I love that about her. But as her and Todd get in the car, she's asking him how the flight went. He tells her the flight went well. I just was reading and watching something I downloaded on my phone, and I was like, pause. What were you looking at on your phone, Todd? And I was wondering why Bronwyn was not asking some more questions. And she did look at him kind of sideways, but I'm like, girl, this is where you start probing. What was it? What were you looking at? Because the last time you were caught looking at something you were not supposed to be looking at, Todd. So go ahead and elaborate for us. We'll wait.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Bronwyn now tells Todd about how she got herself involved in the whole Meredith issue and how she threw Whitney under the bus by telling everyone that Whitney saw Meredith drinking before she got on the plane, and now Whitney's pissed off at her for throwing her under the bus. Todd suggests that the girls get together and have one big kumbaya so everyone can just move on. And Bronwyn says it's hard to do that when you don't know what else is being said behind your back and what's being done behind your back. It's harder for everyone to move on when things aren't just being put out on the table. So she suggests while she's celebrating her US citizenship, she would get the girls together for a Boston themed tea party and have them hash everything out so they can move on. So we get that at the end of the episode. Next. So now we get over to Whitney and Justin. Whitney is on her front porch and she's sitting until Justin comes over to join her. And at first there's like this awkward silence between the two of them. And then she drops the info that she realized that there was a very large transfer taken out of their account to one of the vendors that was associated with her business or her brand. And she's really upset about the whole situation with Wild Rose Beauty because she ended up merging her company with another company, and that ended up backfiring on her because now she essentially lost her whole company, the brand, the inventory, the name, everything. Whitney feels like she was lied to with the original deal that merged their companies that now resulted in her losing everything. And she does mention some resentment that she does have for Justin because she trusted him to have his guidance in the merge, and she believed that they could work together well because they have in the past. So with this backfiring so hard on her, she puts fault on Justin because it was his guidance and direction that led them to the merge, because she initially wanted to partner with big box brands like Ulta and Sephora, Target, so she could elevate her brand that way, but instead she trusted Justin and his input, and she went with his ideas, which ended up with the situation now. So on top of that, she says that Justin never really believed in the brand. He never thought the brand could be as successful as she thought it would. And now that he was able to have some input into the brand, that's when he really had that confidence that it could go the next level, which is like really showing that he didn't have much faith in Whitney that she could get there on her own. It's like he didn't feel like it was going to be a success unless he was involved, which now it is clearly shown from what Whitney is saying that was the a complete opposite of what should have happened. I feel like Whitney should have just followed her intuition like she said in the first place, so she could have been the one to make all the decisions on something that she's poured her heart and soul into. And it did seem like she was really excited about the brand when she was first talking about it. We haven't heard much about it since then, which I guess now we know why, but she's really upset about this whole situation because this business was her baby. It was something that she put her heart and soul into, like I was saying. So at this point, she says that her and Justin's marriage is like affected by this situation. She does still have that resentment built up in her heart. She's trying to not apply that to him. She's trying to get away from those feelings, but it's just so intense right now, and she's trying to do whatever she can to get her company back. So that's where we leave off with them. and hopefully we can get some sort of update on Whitney's company going forward. Next, we get a cute scene of Heather and her daughters, and she is decorating her youngest daughter's room because she is graduating from high school. She's going off to college in Tampa. Heather's really excited for her daughter to leave the nest so she can fully focus all of her time, energy, and effort on herself, and she wants the girls to be adults and figure things out on their own, do their own thing, so she does not have to be responsible for anyone else but herself. Her youngest daughter comes in, loves the surprise, they take cute pictures, and that's about it. Next, so now we get to Bronwyn and her mom, and it seems like they've done a lot of growing since the last sit down they had. That was brutal. But Bronwyn is at the table, and she is busy packing up pride flags to send off to businesses after a law was recently passed banning any pride flags being presented or displayed on government buildings. So because she's a supporter of the community, she wants to send every other business that is not government affiliated a pride flag to display on their business. And I'm just like, for what though? Like, I understand you are a supporter, that's what you support, that's what you do, that's fine, but why does every business need to display a pride flag? I don't understand that. Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand why everyone needs to know about your sexuality. Like, that's what I don't understand. It's like, yes, be proud of who you are if that's what you want to do, but why does it need to be shoved down everyone's throat all the time? That's what I don't understand. It's the same thing people say about Christianity. People shove it down people's throats. It's too much. It's overbearing. It's the same thing about pride, LGBT. It's the same thing. It's shut down everyone's throat. We all have to know about it. We all have to see it. It's like, why do we need to know what your sexuality is? Why does that have any like affiliation to anything we're doing here? You know, that's just my opinion. So when I saw Bronwyn feeling like she needed to send every business a pride flag, it's like, if that were me and I got that, I would be like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't need to post this up here if I don't want to. I just feel like she should do it a different way. Like, she should give like an opening for businesses that want to display a pride flag for whatever reason, come to her and get it, or put a request in and she can send it out that way. Like, you just blatantly wanted to shove it in everyone's face, oh, put a pride flag up. It's like, girl, let them do that if they want to. So that's just my outlook. I didn't understand why she was doing that. I was confused, but I digress. Next, we get a flashback of Bronwyn and her mom in a sex shop to get the pride flags, and they pass by these vibrators, and Bronwyn says she would get her mom one if she wanted. Yeah. What? Ew. Bronwyn's mom is surprisingly happy to help her no matter what she believes. She just wants to help Bronwyn. And she says that being with Bronwyn helps her get out of her comfort zone, and she finally feels like she's in a place to not give a damn about what people think. But Bronwyn, on the other hand, is the exact opposite. She does care a lot about what people say about her, especially her mom, which is so confusing to me, because I'm like, girl, at your big age, you still give a damn. And number two, I don't understand why or when that applies, because she does a lot of things that someone that does care about what people say about them wouldn't do if that was really the case. Like, her getting dressed up in those crazy costumes, going to the airport, her sense of style is so like whimsical and just dramatic and all over the place, honestly, but it makes it look good for her. Like, I'm just saying, like, those type of things are things that draw attention, and some people might say some things that aren't too nice. So it's just like, when do those things apply that you care about what people think about you? Like, I would want to know, like, is that talking about your character? That's when you give a damn? Like, you care about what people talk about what you look like? Like, could we get some more in depth? Because it seems like it's an off and on. Like, she cares sometimes, she doesn't care, but I'm just like, I don't know. I was just wondering about that. Anyway, the mention of Bronwyn having Gwen at an early age is still a very touchy topic, but surprisingly, her mom gives her props on being a really good mom and for raising Gwen the complete opposite way she was raised, and how good it actually turned out for her. Overall, it just seems like they've done a lot of growing in their relationship, and it seems like her mom has humbled herself a bit from the last time we saw her, and how bad that sit down was, and how just passive aggressive and just rude and mean she was being to Bronwyn. I don't know if like they had a separate talk and Bronwyn told her about how she felt, but it just seems like her tune has changed, and it just seems like their relationship is a lot more amicable. The girls are now on their way to Bronwyn's Boston Tea Party, party. And the theme is founding fathers. I don't know. It's giving George Washington, Thomas Jefferson vibes. It was a mess. We have two cars on the way over. We have Heather, Whitney, and Brittany. Brittany's telling the girls how she met up with Meredith, and Meredith did not apologize for a damn thing, and she did not take any accountability for anything else that was happening on the plane, which should have already been expected. She said that they agreed to be cordial and respectful with one another. And then we get over to the second car with Lisa and Meredith, and Meredith says they just agreed they would just be respectful and cordial with each other going forward. And Lisa laughs at that, saying that would not last that long. And I'm like, we already know that's not going to last long because it was not genuine in the first place, Meredith. For the fact that you, once again, did not take that opportunity to apologize after Brittany was big enough to apologize on her end was completely whack. Once the girls finally arrived to this dusty ass warehouse, Bronwyn emerges from a garage and she tells the girls they are there to help her celebrate her US citizenship. And they go inside and they get these dusty ass wigs, and it reminded me of that SpongeBob episode where he had that wig and he didn't want to take it off. It was a mess. And Mary comes late and she goes over there and she sees the table of wigs and she's not having no parts of it. She actually pulls out a wig from her fucking coat and she says, I already have my own, thanks. I don't know where she got that from, how, like, why she brought it, and like what the fuck, that was just so random. I'm like, where did she get the wig from? Bronwyn has the girls sit down at their assigned seats, and it really felt like they were back in the classroom. And the girls all get quizzed on their U.S. history knowledge, and none of them know a damn thing. And then Brittany even says she was valedictorian. Valedictorian, Brittany? There ain't no way. Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
There ain't no way you were valedictorian, Brittany. Come on now. Stop, just please, because she was really trying to sit over here and play in our face. Valedictorian, that doesn't even sound right. Where did she even get that from? Bronwyn has the girls start their arts and crafts, and she wants them to write down the name of the person they have spilled tea about recently. And we go down the list of the girls and what they said. And Heather is reminiscing on the last time they did a game like this and how bad it turned out. But Angie goes first, and the person that she wrote down was Lisa, and she said that she went around spilling the tea that Lisa lied about a horse that she said that she bought. That's the best you can come up with, Angie? Are we kidding? Who gives a damn if she bought the horse or not? Who cares? Brittany's next, and she says she does not have a name to write down, but she wants to ask the group who ran back and told Jared that she was flirting with Jason on the trip. And Whitney immediately is like, I told Justin that you were flirting and you deserve to flirt. And we get a flashback of Whitney when she was on the boat still. It hadn't even been 5-10 minutes yet. She ran back and told Justin that Brittany was flirting and doing all this extra up and down thirsty pick me shit, and that had Justin running back to go tell Jared, and Jared went back and told Brittany. So now Brittany is pissed off that Whitney ran back and told Justin, who told Jared all of what Brittany was doing on the girls' trip. Bronwyn writes down Whitney's name, addressing the fact that she threw her under the bus when she told Meredith that she told her she was caught drinking before going on the plane. Whitney is still pissed off about that, saying that she thought she could trust Bronwyn, and Bronwyn matches her energy. Now she's pissed off, and she tells her that she should have just been upfront and told Meredith to her face in the first place. Meredith is continuing to be adamant that Whitney is being a lying liar who lies about what happened on the plane, and that has Whitney triggered because she feels like she's a very honest person and she feels like she always tells the truth. So with Meredith telling her that she's a liar, that has her really upset. For whatever reason. Meredith then straight up says that she never yelled at Brittany, and that has all the girls gobsmacked because they're like, you're not gonna sit over here and gaslight us and tell us we didn't all witness what you were doing to Brittany on the plane. Whitney then gets completely activated on number 10, and she calls Meredith a pill popper and an alcoholic. That has Meredith getting up, and she goes to grab her gift bags she got for all the girls, and we find out it's a drug test, and all the girls are so confused. They're like, what the fuck is this for? Meredith says she's tired of all the girls and their lies, and she wants Whitney to go back to focusing on her own life and stop projecting her issues onto Meredith. Whitney then tries to make it clear that she is only saying these things out of concern and love that she has for Meredith.
Right.
What are you talking about, Whitney? Where does it show in any aspect that you have love for Meredith? And even Meredith was like, what the fuck? I don't believe anything that you're saying. That is bullshit. And I agree, because I don't get that notion at all that she has any type of care or good feelings towards Meredith and vice versa. So I don't know where she got that part from, but that was not adding up to me. Heather now brings up the comment Meredith made about not fucking with anyone that fucks with Brittany. And Meredith is now blatantly once again lying in her face, saying that she never said that. And that has Heather hated up. And she's like asking Lisa to confirm and vouch for her, because she said that at the lunch they had originally when she threw Meredith under the bus for saying that she did say that. So now, get this, Lisa is now trying to backtrack, and she tries to say initially, oh, I wasn't over there, I didn't hear her say that. I'm sorry, Lisa, did you forget? Because the cameras surely did not. They go ahead and rewind to when she said at the lunch that she did confirm Meredith did say that. So now all of a sudden you want to act as if we forgot? No. And Heather is like, exactly. You now want to sit over here and change the story. We all know Meredith said that. Thank you. Meredith continues to say everyone is lying, lies, you're a lying liar who lies, you, and you. And that has Heather extremely pissed off, because she's like, bro, are you serious? You sent me a text message that was apologizing to me. And Meredith is like, well, what did it say? Like, I don't remember what I said. And we get a screenshot of the message, and it says, sorry if I snapped at you. And I'm like, already an invalid response. That is not a real apology. You're not taking any accountability when you say, oh, I'm sorry if I made you feel. That is bullshit, and I would never accept that bullshit apology. Thank you. Next. Meredith now says, oh, I wasn't saying sorry for what I said. I was saying sorry for how I said it. And it's like, what? And then Heather is like, you keep calling me a liar. Meredith straight up says, no, I didn't. I didn't call you a liar. Are we being serious, Meredith? Are you drunk? Did you take a few shots before you got here? You fucking forgot what happened 5 seconds ago, girlfriend? It's concerning here. As Mary was saying, it's concerning because you were calling everyone a liar. Just this entire conversation, this entire scene has been you deflecting, gaslighting, and calling everyone liars. And now you're trying to say you did not call Heather a liar? Are you kidding? Like, the whole scene had me confused as fuck, and it had me like, I cannot understand how the girls are sitting here just going along with this and this having to deal with Meredith in her reindeer games. Like, girl, please just be upfront. You are all over the place. And now you don't even have Lisa to back you up. She's over here all over the place trying to backtrack, and then she throws you under the bus again. It's all over the place, back and forth. It's not working out for you. Heather now gives her a hand-holding apology, meaning she says exactly what Meredith should say in terms of apologizing. And Meredith still does not take the chance to do so. She bypasses it and she goes, well, it just seems like we're not going to come to a resolution today, so let's just move on. And I'm like, what? You get to dictate when the conversation is over after everyone is still on your ass about what you did to Brittany, and you just continue to want to gaslight, bypass, deflect, tell everyone else they're lying. 5 different people are lying, and then you have the audacity to say end of conversation, dismissed. Are you kidding? Who the fuck do you think you are, Meredith? I don't know why you think you are above the program, but everyone is seeing that you are not the one that we want to be around at this point. You're not someone that's going to be a real friend. You're just going to sit over here and have people be a yes man, kiss your ass, and have Lisa, whenever she wants to be back and forth on your side or not, which is obviously showing she's not a reliable source, friend, or anyone to count on. Bronwyn then gets up and she reveals under like the skirt part of her dress a full scroll of the Constitution. Right. It's just getting too much for me. Like, the corniness of it all is I was like, Bronwyn, please, with all the theatrics, just come out and say what you want to do. Like, and then she goes into this whole long speech about how the Boston Tea Party was X, Y, and Z. They get a whole history lesson. And it's like, are we back in school? Like, I thought we were done with this shit, and now we have to go through it again with you, Bronwyn.
Boring.
She wants the girls to create their own amendments to apply to the group, and every girl goes down the list and gives their own. And it is as follows. Bronwyn says family is off limits. Heather says to be a woman of your word. Lisa says to be the friend to that person that you would want them to be to you. Mary says listen and forgive each other. Whitney says businesses, families, and relationships are off limits. Angie says to stop speaking on someone unless you have all the facts. Brittany says to see the best in everyone. And Meredith going to have the nerve to say stop the reactive abuse. And it's like, oh, how ironic. Because by definition, Meredith, that was exactly what you did to Brittany on the plane. She doesn't even know what she's talking about. It's like, you want the reactive abuse to stop. That means you would have to stop doing it, girlfriend, not everyone else. But of course, you will not acknowledge that, and you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about because you are saying you want everyone else to stop the very thing that you are doing. So that is the end of the episode. I am so excited for the next episode. They go on a girls trip to where Greece, and it seems like Whitney and Meredith continue to go blow for blow, and it gets escalated. How did you feel about this episode? Let me know in the comments down below. How do you feel about Meredith telling everyone they are blatant liars to their face and they are getting pissed off they are not having it anymore? Let me know how you feel in the comments down below. If you did like this video, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!